So I think in terms of relationship matchups, I've been through nearly all the signs now. I know I've only got 3 remaining, and 2 of them we're going to look at today. Capricorn with Cancer. Now if you drive past a home and there are 2 BMWs, nice and shiny and clean, parked in the driveway, lovely gardens, beautiful flowers, hanging baskets, well, you might want to place a bet that that is the home of a Capricorn and Cancerian couple, because they are a highly aspirational couple. These are both money signs. They're good with money. They desire to have security, financial security, to build up in business. It's a couple who work very, very well in business, and they're often drawn together because they happen to work in the same field. So this couple very often meet at work. It's a busy couple. They've always got something on the go. They've always got a project that they're working on. Very family and children orientated. They nurture their children. They want their children to do well, and they will push their children to achieve. This couple are industrious and very creative. They really want to let things drift. They've always got a plan, and they're moving towards a plan. They're great with the building up the bank balance. They can be quite frugal. So for couples, very often these couples can start off with very little, but they build up rather quickly because they're so good at not only coming up with money-making ideas and making business ideas work, but also in looking after their money, knowing how to save, knowing how to stretch things. They're not a particularly impulsive couple. They like to plan, like to think things through very clearly. So the first couple that I can think of that are this particular combination is Prince William and Princess Kate. She's Capricorn, he's Cancer. These 2 are very often drawn together, and it's probably because in the synastry chart the suns will both be in the respective 7th houses of marriage. So it's a very good match from that point of view. Right, so when these 2 signs come together, I feel that the bank balance is going to be growing and growing and growing. But somehow the emotional bank balance may get depleted. It's because both signs are a little bit insecure and can be needy, and they both tend to want more and more emotional nourishment for themselves, but they don't always put that back in. So they sometimes, both of them can be guilty of drawing more out of the relationship in terms of the emotional side and not putting enough back in. So what do these couples get up to on the weekends? Well, some couples may argue about which movie to go and see. This couple will probably argue about who's going to stay home and balance the checkbook, because they really love to keep an eye on the finances, and that will be one area of life that they definitely won't be allowing to drift. Now, as a couple, they're very outward looking. They're very concerned about stewardship. So both of them may be involved in the local community, either via the church or local government, in terms of preservation, or also improving the welfare of others in the community. They're quite interested in getting involved in conservation, maybe in the local, things like local garden centre, improvement, local tourism, anything. They are very much involved in the local community and like to do things to enhance the community going forward, because they think a lot about not only their own children, but children going forward and the kind of society they'll be growing up in, and they tend to be very concerned about improvement and the betterment of not only themselves but the welfare of all those in their immediate neighbourhood and community. Another problem that I sometimes see with these couples is they can be a little bit regressive emotionally. So both of them tend to dwell. So when things go wrong and you need a little bit of forgiving and forgetting, both of them can get a little bit stuck in the past. They don't tend to move forward very quickly. They both tend to hold grudges, and that can drive a wedge between them. Also, I feel that they put so much effort into their work side of the relationship, creating a beautiful home, which is very important. You know, a man's home is his castle is a very important saying for this couple. They put a lot of effort in that, and they do put an enormous amount of effort into their children. Sometimes at the end of all that, there's not enough time for each other. So it's very important for this couple to always keep on nurturing, keep the fun, the excitement, the romance going, because very often with these, there's so many aspirations, so many activities, and something that gets forgotten is the romance, the sex life, the love, and they've got to put a little bit more in when it comes to that. So just a little reminder, here are my books on those 2 signs. We've got Capricorn and Cancer. Whoa, that's Capricorn, that's Cancer. In my picture in the back, the brown came out all purple, but I really thought that was an attractive, nice, earthy, warm colour for Capricorn. So a good solid combination that you will find very often in real life. Now, sometimes one other problem that they can have is the Cancerian might look for a little bit of excitement with maybe a Sagittarian type or an Aquarian type because they're looking for something a little bit avant-garde. And on the other hand, the Capricorn is sometimes looking for maybe the earthiness, the humour and the laid-backness of a Taurus or a Pisces for some to let their hair down a little bit more. So the couple need to not look outside the relationship. There really is, within these two, you've got water, earth, you've got cardinal signs. There really is everything within these two couples to keep them both happy as long as they work on it.